Exit at 4. Bring friends. Matte Black 2 dope. Jump in. You might wanna keep scope. Tools. That's squad.
The street and in the
Woke up and just felt right. Phone blown like a tailpipe. Today's schedule airtight. I turn a short day into a long night. See you soon if you got the heart. Meet you outside Rennie Park. Hurry up if it's getting dark. We don't say much and that says a lot. Hop into that old bands. Drive through where that road ends. Good time with some old friends. I got just a thing if you so tense. I want us go do some. She got me stoned as Medusa. Zoned out with a blank stare. I'm looking into the future. Hold up, ain't nothing gon' hold us. Put the devil to the side. Got an angel on my shoulder. And I'm like, hello, it's good to finally let go. I ain't worried about a thing. I just like to keep it mellow. Yeah, I like to keep it mellow. I smoke and keep it mellow. I drink and keep it mellow. Every day I keep it mellow. Every day I keep it mellow. I smoke and keep it mellow. I drink and keep it mellow. Every day I keep it mellow. Every day I keep it mellow. It's like 4 a.m. and I'm bored again. When that 40 in, when that dream team all played out and they hit the bench, I just step back, let me soak it in. I seen the ups and downs, so I get it in. I was born to win. It's my time, about time, my turn, I can't lie. Waiting for that one spark, my one hope to catch fire. I'm fine, I'm high, like rain through that sunshine. Trying to man this so bold, I'm the captain man when it's crunch time. I don't care if I'm getting paid, need the week, but I get the day. Wide awake when I need sleep, I'm knee deep, but I set the way. Focused on that one mistake, let it free, don't let it break. Fuck it all, I'm turning in, my cellies off, the great escape. Hold up, ain't nothing gon' hold us, put.
Alright guys, so as you could see, somehow we're 1 year in the PWRBLD gym. So we opened in 2019, what was it, September 14th was the official opening date. I ended up getting the keys for the location we're currently at 2.5 weeks prior, and we made a complete change from what we walked into, which was an empty garage slash like storage unit. That's what the landlord was using it as, just like a storage unit. Before that, it was actually a car shop. And yeah, we did everything, as you can see, like paint, floors, lighting, obviously the gym equipment. So, you know, I thought it was cool to kind of show from day one to the end of year one in the little montage that you probably seen just prior. But I also wanted to include, because I got a really good question the other day on Instagram on our gym page, because they seen, you know, the growth that we've had has been crazy, right? Like, I had high expectations for the gym, just because I was confident with, like, you know, the presence that I had within like the powerlifting community, and especially in like the Philly area. I was at a ton of powerlifting meets over the last 5 years, knew a lot of people, had a lot of clients, made a lot of friends. So I was confident that when we opened PWRBLD Gym, we would get members and we would start to grow. And that's what we did, but I didn't realize it would grow at that rate. And then I also didn't realize that COVID-19 was going to happen and we would be derailed like we were. But then following the COVID-19 and us reopening, us really boom, we kind of catapulted to the next level after COVID-19, and we reopened, and a lot of people seen us because we reopened early. We were on the news, ABC, NBC, at least like in the Philly tri-state area. So that helped, obviously. A lot of exposure, you know. and most of the people in the powerlifting community respected what we were doing and wanted to be a part of it and join. So it's been crazy. But let's get into these questions, because I think it will be helpful to anyone who might be interested in kind of doing the same thing someday. Maybe you have dreams to open a gym of your own and you're not sure where to start, or maybe you're actually looking at starting and you're already in the process, and some of the ways that I feel helped PWRBLD grow. So I'm gonna jump into these, and this is actually from, I'll give them a shout out, the Grindhouse Gym. Not sure where it's at. They don't have that on their Instagram page, but looks like it's gonna be some type of powerlifting and strength training gym. So shout out to them for asking a great question. Questions. So they reached out. They pretty much said like, support everything we're doing. Like, really cool message. So they're from Alabama. I'm sorry, but they wanted to know a little bit more about how we, how we got everything moving, right? So the first question that we're going to jump into: what did you do to get that kind of environment? And for those of you who have been following us and you've seen some of the videos that we put out, you see some of the, just like the hype videos, all of the content we put out, you can just see the atmosphere, right? Like, you could almost see the energy that we have. And I will say, this is the hardest thing to get into any gym, because I've been in a lot of really cool gyms that had zero energy. It's not something that you can buy. It has to be something that's created organically. So there's a few ways that I feel like we did that. And without kind of getting too far down the rabbit hole or anything, I think for one, it was the atmosphere, right? So how the place looks, the type of equipment that we picked, how it's set up. And then after that, it's the members. This type of environment obviously brings in a certain type of member: serious lifters, people who want to get into lifting, people that want to take the next level in their training. And within the powerlifting community, you'll notice that there's a lot of camaraderie, typically. People supporting one another, even if you don't know them. So that's kind of what the gym was built on, me being in powerlifting, a lot of my friends, clients being in the powerlifting. So that camaraderie was already here within the small group that we initially had. And then as new members came in, they felt that and they picked up on it. So it was like that camaraderie was contagious. The energy that we had was contagious. And week by week, month by month, that grew. As we continued to put out more content, market more, more and more people came in, they experienced that. It becomes addictive. Like, when I go to other gyms now, and obviously I'm biased, but something's missing when I go to those gyms. Like, the energy that we have is different, and it's very hard to replicate. So what I would say is, if you're starting a gym, make sure you're not starting a gym just because you think it would be cool to have a gym. That's a terrible reason to want to start a gym. The reason that I wanted to start a gym is to really help facilitate the other areas that I wanted to grow, which was my training, my clients' training, the content that we do with the PWRBLD website, just a lot of different areas. So it was almost just the next natural step for us, for me especially, and I think it was the right time. Some people, I think, get ahead of themselves, and before they've really established themselves, they want to just open a gym because they think it's cool. Terrible reason to start a gym. I don't know if people realize you don't really make a ton of money with gyms. Like, you can, but it's such a small percentage. Like, there's obviously a way to do it, but like, it's such a small percentage. There's a lot of gyms that start and fail in a short amount of time. So I would just highly recommend that you're doing it within the right time, or having the right timing. So, that's where I'll leave that. You know what I mean? It has to be organic to create that type of energy and environment. You can do a lot of things to kind of help provide that, but it really does have to be just an organic thing that starts. So Hopefully that answered that question. It's a kind of a tough question, you know what I mean? And then we'll go into question number 2. How do you keep members coming? Literally, question number 1 bleeds into number 2. The energy. When you come to Power Build, you can feel the difference. The energy, the camaraderie, the support, just the atmosphere, you know what I mean? It's just different. I don't really know how else to put it that would make sense. Everyone who's been here, that's probably the most common message that we get. They just love the atmosphere, the energy. That's what keeps members coming back, because at the end of the day, you're never going to compete with the big box gyms pricing wise. So you have to have those different elements. And, you know, yes, you can get unique equipment. You can have certain coaches or trainers, but at the end of the day, there has to just be that feeling when somebody walks in that allows them to elevate their training. It has to be a certain type of energy. And that's how you'll keep members coming, and that's how you'll get new members. So, leave that one there. What software do we suggest for the website, billing, and all of that? So, kind of a boring question, but some of you who might actually be interested in a gym, it's a good question. And honestly, I don't think there's really any right specific answer. I use Rhino Fit. If you guys looked into any gym software, there's a ton of options. And to be honest, from me managing another gym that went through multiple gym softwares, I can really just say they're all pretty similar. Some of them have strengths in certain areas, some of them have weaknesses in other areas. And then that just varies throughout which one you go with. I went with Rhino Fit because it was super easy. It's affordable. I like that it was a little bit of a smaller company, because when you call them, you typically talk to the same few people who have been very helpful. So, you know, do your research, check in on a few, but really just find one that has good customer service. That would be my biggest tip with that. Because there is going to be things that you don't know how to do, or you need to implement, and you want somebody that can actually help you through them. The last question to wrap this up, basically, did you go all in on equipment immediately, or did you get the basics and then let the gym pay for itself and add equipment gradually after? Really good question. And so what we did was exactly what he said there: gradually get equipment as we go. I started out accumulating equipment in my single car garage. I ended up I had a power rack, I had a few leg machines, I had a bunch of plates. I ended up adding the combo racks then. I set one up, I left one in pieces. I got my competition plates. I just slowly started adding things. I slowly started getting new bars. So that way, by the time I started the gym, I wasn't starting from scratch. I had a lot of the main pieces, and then I made a list, you know, by priority, things that we needed to have upon opening. And then of course there's going to be a million other things that you want, but you really don't need, right? So depending on your funding, depending on how much money you have at hand to start, that'll kind of depict the route in which you go for equipment. I don't think you need to start with everything right away. I literally started with probably a third of what's in here now, and we've slowly added things as the gym opened, as the gym acquired members, made some money. Any extra money that the gym made immediately went into making the gym better with equipment, and that's still true to today. Full year, I've yet to take any money out of the gym for my own personal bank account, and I don't really plan on doing that anytime soon. I want to continue to grow the gym. I want to continue to develop what we have already started, and you know, just keep doing the things that we've been doing. So I really think this is just the beginning for us. I always kind of joke around with some of my friends and say that this first location, this first year, was an experiment, and I mean that. I wanted to see what we could do with the gym. I wanted to see if the gym would provide us, you know, to provide us to have an asset to do more content, to expand the Power Build website, to continue to grow my coaching services and platforms. So, and it's done that much more than I even thought possible. So, yeah, next step is, you know, to be seen. Promise you we have a lot more in store. Yeah, So hopefully you guys enjoyed this last year. If you stopped in, I appreciate you so much. To all of our PWRBLD gym members, if you watch this, I appreciate you guys more than anything. Honestly, you guys know how I feel. I don't know, I really feel like this is our gym. I may have started it, but this is what we have created, and all the OG homies, you know who you are. You guys have maybe helped me set this gym up, so appreciate you guys forever, and look forward to continuing to grow with you guys. So yeah, big plans in store. 2020 is not over yet, and I know it's been a wild ride, but I'm excited for it. So see you in the next video. Oh, wait. Doing this YouTube thing, I forgot. Please like the video if you liked it. Subscribe if you're not a subscriber already. Helps us continue to build up the channel, do more. Appreciate you guys. Leave a comment if you have any other questions, if you were interested in starting a gym of your own, or maybe you're a gym owner and you want some help in certain areas. I'm always free to answer any questions you guys may have. So now I'll see you in the next one.